How do you improve your hands?
It's all eyes. People drop passes because their eyes don't look the football in. It's not their hands. They're trying to make a move too fast to go up the field. They're worried about other things than looking the ball all the way in. It has nothing to do with their hands, it's their eyes. Everybody that is at a college level or professional level can catch the football. It's always just focus.
What's the difference between a tight end and a wide receiver in the NFL?
The difference is wide receivers don't have to block defensive ends and linebackers. I mean, it really comes down to like size and strength. You're almost a hybrid between a lineman and a wide receiver. You do some of both of what they do. There's so many different ways you can use a tight end. Most passing concepts have a primary receiver, like where the quarterback's looking first against a certain defensive look. But you're doing yourself a disservice if you're the fourth man in the progression, but you run your route like you're not going to get the ball because you don't know what the defense is going to do or force the quarterback to come all the way back to the fourth read. So you got to run your route like you're getting the ball every play, even though you may not be the first in the progression. Tight ends are becoming the number one piece of offenses on some teams because they're really just a weapon.
Put us on the line with you. Okay, you're on the line. You're the primary receiver, okay? What goes on in your head?
I feel like it starts with an attitude or a mindset that I'm going to apply pressure on the defense isn't going to apply pressure on me.
How do you do that?
You do that by running at the person that's covering you and looking them dead in the eyes as opposed to looking like or telegraphing your route or showing the defense by my body language that I'm about to break this way or I'm about to stop. Like it's running dead at them, making them think like, I don't know what he's about to do, and then I'm breaking before they can react. So it's just a mindset of confidence in my route running. Let's say there's a corner guarding me, and corners are usually fast. They're not gonna be afraid and back up super quick. They're gonna sit there and say, I'm fast enough to recover if you try to run by me, but I'm gonna break on anything you run in front of me. So I may have to be a little bit more physical with them at the top, but say a safety or a linebacker is covering me, 99% of the time I'm beating those guys with speed where it's like, oh, I don't even have to do much. I can just run away from you.
Aren't safeties as fast as corners?
Not mostly. There are some, but corners are usually much faster than safeties. And by much faster, it's like a couple tenths of a second.
You know that the best way you're going to perform is if you're as completely focused as you possibly can be. How do you do that?
Starts one with daily meditation, mindfulness, trying to be as present as possible to everything that I do.
You meditate on a game day?
Yeah, I meditate every day. Try to make sure I make the time because it puts me in a place to where it's like things happening around me don't dictate my energy or dictate my approach. It's I'm coming from a place and responding to things in the manner that I want to respond to them. And the best version of myself is reflected in my response. So meditation allows me to take a breath, take a moment, and have a choice in what my response is going to be. I'm never on the field trying to willingly disrespect somebody. I'm just trying to do my job to the best ability that I can, serve my team in that manner. I'm not trying to make anybody look bad or do anything to that manner, but I'm going to be effective at my job by whatever means it takes to do that.
What do you do to get better in your life, in your body, in your head?
Well, starting with my head, I allow myself to receive criticism from coaches and teammates. Try to bring humility to the picture as best I can, knowing that there are things that I do well, but there are still some things that I need to continue to work on and seek guidance in. So coming with that mindset first.
Why did you get traded the first time? From, what was it, the Raiders from Baltimore to the Raiders?
At the beginning of that year, I was suspended 4 games. And then the following year, I was suspended a year for drugs, alcohol, failing a bunch of drug tests. So that was the main reason why my potential wasn't seen there, mostly because it was in my own mind, in my own spirit, that I couldn't allow that to come out because of what I was dealing with, what I was fighting. But once I was able to confront those things and respond in a way that allowed my best self to come out, that's when the product on the field changed.
You must have some insight into your own behavior to do those things that were self-destructive.
You really gotta look in the mirror, and it's hard. That's why you see a lot of people that are faced with things like that, they don't bounce back from it. It's because looking in the mirror is hard.
What did you learn that allowed you to make those self-destructive decisions?
I learned that the main reason I became dependent on substances. One, well, my genetics, family-wise, there's a lot of alcoholism and addiction in my family. But two, since I was a kid, there was a wound of like, I was always told I was not black enough as a kid. So it was like, there's always this, I don't know how to fit in. And there's this anxiety that comes from that. You don't feel like you're good enough. You always feel like you have to change something or put a mask on to be different than who you really are. And after a while, it gets exhausting and painful to have to deal with. So if you can escape that by any means, I would like to escape that. So I escaped that via painkillers, alcohol, weed, then Xanax, cocaine, anything that could give you a feeling. But
What does not black enough mean?
there's stereotypes for certain ethnicities or races. Black people, you're supposed to talk a certain way, carry yourself a certain way, and essentially be more bravado, more in your face, almost in a way like disrespectful. And that just wasn't me. I was very quiet. I was very sensitive. I was very emotional. I was essentially a nerd, cared about school, whereas essentially like the image of a black person wasn't supposed to be trying to be put together or talk properly or succeed in school or be driven to be a better person, essentially. There's a bit of a crabs in a bucket mentality when it comes to people of my skin color as well, because that's who I was hearing it from the most. It's like, oh, why do you talk like that? Why do you dress like that? You ain't black. You ain't. And so you get those things from people that are your own skin color. So it leaves you this feeling that you're, kind of lost, alienated. You don't know what to think. So it's painful to deal with.
You learned a lot about yourself.
Definitely.
Yeah. Maturity is a phenomenal gift when it happens. What's your future, your goals? Because football ends at some point or another.
Yeah, football definitely ends. For me, it's just continuing to serve people that are affected by substance abuse, addiction,
How do you do
alcoholism. I have a foundation. We've sent, I think it's almost 55 people on scholarship through 30-day treatment. And they also have aftercare options, sober living options for them as they transition back into society from rehab. So it's just giving people that opportunity to have an experience similar to mine, because going to rehab in 2017 changed the game for me completely. And so that gift was freely given to me, and I'm just trying to give that gift to them. And then, if that means opening up, residential recovery centers that have my imprint on it as far as tools, group environments, therapeutic environments for people to change and see their lives transform. Those are things I want to be a part of.
10, 20, 30 years from now? Who is Darren Waller?
I just want to be a man that's a reflection of God's character when it comes to being a husband, being a friend, being a whatever it is, whatever hat I'm putting on in any given situation. I want to do that with purpose and with principles that bring the best out of myself, and also give people permission to be their best selves as well.